if the referee isn't strong enough, the top players will strive for dominance. That was the outcome of this morning's trial I observed. Quite regularly I visit trials, and there I get the chance to observe the body language of all the people involved. And today it was quite an interesting trial, because it was a biker club, a 1%er, if you know what that is. A 1%er is a club that states we have our own laws. We don't obey to states' laws. They are called 1%ers, and you can see that because they have a patch on their jackets which says 1%. And so quite a serious issue, and it was an attempted double murder in 2 cases. So really serious. What I do in those trials, I sit there and just watch. Today it was interesting because I never saw that many police in a trial, and there were only 3 visitors allowed in that trial, and only afterwards I got to know that the other 2 visitors sitting on one and on the other side of me were actually policemen, undercover policemen. So I was the only visitor there, and I got the feeling that the police was watching me quite closely. There were at least in front of the room, there were at least 30 policemen, and I think they were wondering, who is that guy? Does he have anything to do with the biker clubs? But as you know me, I'm not that kind of person, so everything was fine. But coming back to the topic, is body language important, or is the justice system blind and doesn't have an eye for body language? Well, once again, I get the clear answer. Body language is so important in a trial. Not only research supports that without any doubt, because the research could be or was replicated several times, and it can be absolutely precisely said that if you have a likable body language, if you have a body language that reminds us of a children's body language, you have way better chances to get out of the trial without a fine, or not, or with a fine that would be higher if your body language, your facial expression would look a little bit more aggressive. But today I learned a completely different thing, and that was the judge showed a body language, an appearance that showed a lot of weakness. And the outcome was that the state attorney and the defendant's attorney got more and more control over the trial. And the judge only fulfilled what the 2 attorneys wanted. And where could you see the weakness? The weakness is point number 1 in the eyesight. If the judge always looks for contact with one of the 2 attorneys, for instance. So if one attorney said something, he immediately looked to the other attorney to get information what he thinks about it. Now that is always a signal of, I need more information. I haven't made up my mind. And in so many situations that is not a problem in life. But if you are a judge in a trial, it would be important to send out the signal, I'm not interested what you are thinking, it is me who takes the decisions here. Number two is the judge, when he was listening, he had obviously a hard time keeping track with what the attorney said. Now, when can you see that? You can see that if the judge is very impatient with the eye contact, if the judge has difficulties keeping eye contact with the person who is talking. And there's an example where you can see that, and that is Donald Trump. When he has to listen to someone longer than a couple of minutes, you can see that he has a hard time listening. At least his body language shows that. Now that is important. Actually, I don't know whether he did listen or not, but his body language showed it seems that he has a hard time listening. And the next thing is he asked too many times for the opinion of the two attorneys. And in other trials, I saw that the judges just took decisions, and even if the attorneys complained about it, they stayed with their decision. And for you, which is important for your life, when you try to get a project done, whether it is in your company, whether it is in your private life, it is important that you give in some of your likability and keep the dominance. And don't look what all the other people think of you. It is sometimes just important to give the people the feeling, okay, he or she has taken a decision and we follow this decision. Whether we complain about it or not, this person stays with the decision. And that was completely clear. I learned that our system of justice is dependent on judges and is dependent on the appearance of the judges, whether they seem reliable or whether they seem, oh, I need help. Now, what you can learn from that is, if you want to have your job done, if you want that people follow you, don't care too much what other people think of you. Sometimes it is just important to do something and don't care what others think of you. Now, we always have to remember it is the appearance. It is not that you don't care about other people, but if you show with your eye contact that you always want to have the okay of everyone, all the others will think, okay, you are too weak to take your decision on your own. Number two is, if you want to take a decision and that decision is accepted by each and everyone, it is important that you learn to show that you listen to each and everyone. And after you showed you listen to each and everyone, you take the decision. Otherwise, if you give the impression you didn't listen, it is an impression you didn't listen, then you provoke complaints, because they complain because they think, oh, you didn't listen to my arguments, and that is why your decision is wrong from the first moment on. That is what I learned from today. I will continue watching trials. Now, give me some comments. What do you think about the blindness of our justice system concerning body language, concerning the names, concerning the what a person looks like? Do you have any experiences? Give me your comments. I'm really curious about that. I continue that project, and maybe in the near future, I will do a talk with a defense attorney, a criminal attorney. Maybe you are interested in that. If so, if you're interested, please also give me a thumbs up or write me that you are interested in that topic. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.